Hi guys, it's time to do a review, and I've been wanting to do a review on this particular helmet for some time, and it's the Fox Speedframe Pro. Now, I've seen some reviews on this helmet, however they may be a bit biased. You know, they've got sponsors, affiliations, etc. You know, much bigger YouTube channel than this, than my channel. 3 subscribers. So I want to do a completely honest, legitimate review based on someone, myself of course, that's been using this helmet for a number of weeks. So I've not got any affiliations, I'm not sponsored, so you know, this is purely how I feel about this particular product. There's going to be a set criteria that I'll put up there as well for you guys. Put it there now, or down here, not sure where yet. But I guess number one is going to be safety. For me, it's not the one thing that I look at in buying a helmet. There's other things, other conditions attached to that safety aspect that would make me want to buy a helmet. These helmets, you know, they're very expensive, they're not cheap. They're like this one retails for $270, so it's a big whacker, big chunk of money. You don't want to be buying something like that that's not comfortable. This is my 3rd helmet this year. I know, when I say it out loud, it sounds wrong. I say my 3rd helmet. I've only paid for 2. I purchased this one after getting a credit on another one. Yeah, so this is a replacement helmet for in place of a different brand that I just did not like. This is a pretty new model. Well, it's a very new model out. It's only just been released. There'll be a lot of people out there thinking about buying it. So I want to give you some information that might help you do that. So my criteria, as I said, is listed there. So starting off, safety. You know, how does this helmet perform safety-wise? Well, it's got the MIPS technology. It's also got this fantastic retention system. They're calling it a 360-degree retention system. Some helmets, they'll lock it into the shell. This one here, as you'll probably see, it doesn't lock into the shell. It just keeps going around. It's actually it's continuation all the way around the helmet. So that's the 360-degree part that they're talking about. From a safety point of view, I guess that's a good thing, because it's not locating into the shell. It's no risk of it pulling out. I've had a few helmets where this retention system has broke away from the shell there, just from a little impact, or you know, just clipping something. It's also got a lot of adjustability on this retention system here. It's got three locations, so you can adjust this depending on your head size. Yeah, you can adjust it down or up. I've got it sort of sitting in the middle. You know, that suits me. So safety feature wise, MIPS, this retention system, and of course the shell, the coverage. You know, you've got a lot of coverage here down the back of the neck, around the ears. This shell, it's a dual density shell. I'll have a look and we'll put it, and I'll let you know exactly what that is. Basically what it is, it's got 2 densities. One is for small impacts, so it's got this low density, high absorption type material that takes those sort of impacts, and then it's got a higher density material for those higher speed, higher impact sort of crashes where you need something a little bit stronger, which, you know, makes a lot of sense. Impacts are going to need a different type of absorption method dependent on the type of crash. To me, that ticks a lot of boxes with the safety features of a helmet. However, what I did say was it's not all about safety. Safety is the big one, but it has to be comfortable as well. So is it comfortable? Well, this is the most comfortable helmet that I have ever owned. It's not got massive amounts of padding. Okay, that is something that's probably something that's missing that they could improve on there. But I think if they put more padding in, there's something else that's going to have to. It's a bit of a give and take type of situation. So there's something that would probably have to change, and that might change the overall feel of the helmet. So maybe it's perfect, that the padding that's on there, maybe it's just right. Sometimes, you know, it's a bit of a compromise to get something to feel how it needs to feel, and by overindulging on something, it might take away from something else. So comfort wise, this is spot on. This retention system, these little straps here on that go across your ears, perfectly positioned for me. They don't cut into my ear, they sort of stay clear of my ears. When I put the glasses on, they just don't get in the way at all. I'll show you what it's like with the glasses on as well in a minute. These straps, they're really well fitted. They've got this sort of loop system here that takes the straps away from your ears so that they don't cut into your ears. We've also got this added feature, the fidlock system. So this is that magnetic type clasp. You can see it just clips in, one finger to undo it, and you know, just so easy, just basically put them together and they find their own way home. That is fantastic. You know, that I didn't think that'd bother me too much really when I was buying the helmet. I didn't buy the helmet because of that. I don't really mind all types of clips to clip your helmet on. I don't think they're a problem really, but since I've had this, I'm really quite liking that fidlock system. It's just so simple. So a great design there, great design feature. The ventilation on this helmet is really good. You can see that we've got really good ventilation ports there at the front, which just channels that air in right on your forehead. Where for me, I've got a big problem with sweating, and I'll go into that in a minute as well. It's got lots of ventilation here on the top of the helmet, on the crown of your head. Good ventilation ports on the side. When you go to the back, there's lots of good ventilation on the back as well, which I think a lot of people term as exhaust ports. So you've got a lot of air in it that can get into this helmet and go around your head and get out of the back to ensure that you've got a nice cool head. For me, living here in Australia, that's really important. You need a helmet that's well ventilated. So comfort wise, it ticks all the boxes for me. Very comfortable, well ventilated. The retention system is really easy to use. It's got a nice big dial here on the back, so you don't have to use much effort at all. It works really silky smooth to dial in the size that you need. You know, sometimes you might want to just tighten it up a little bit or loosen it up a little bit while you're on the trail. This big dial here on the back just makes that so simple. So that works really well. So this brings me to my least most important criteria. For some people it might be way up there, it might be very important, but for me, it's looks and styling, they sort of come a bit secondary. As long as it's safe and it fits really comfortable, and the comfort of the helmet, including the ventilation, ease of use, as long as all that's there, the styling to me it's a secondary thing. But that said, I think this helmet is really well designed style-wise. Aesthetically, it looks really nice. You've got the Fox logo there as well, and the Fox name on top. This visor, might as well talk about the visor while we're on here. Fox have designed this so that you can put a pair of goggles on top there. There's this area here, I don't know if you can see, it's got like a bit of a recess where your strap for your goggles can actually fit around there as well, really nicely. When the visor's up, the helmet doesn't look too bad. Still looks okay. And then you've got a middle position where you can have it in that middle position, and then you've got the bottom position where it docks in that bottom position there. It clips. It's not flimsy at all. It's got really nice, clear detents as you go into each position. It feels pretty strong, so I think it's something that will last okay. It's not going to be something that snaps on those on those hinge mechanisms there. So looks wise, and this is a personal thing, isn't it? It's very subjective, but I think it looks pretty good as far as helmets go. It depends on your head as well. If you've got an ugly head like me, no helmet's going to make you look pretty. So how does it look like on? Let's have a look. Yeah, as I said, you can dial it up really good. Fidlock system, super simple. I can't physically, some helmets you put them on, and I've tried quite a few, and you can grab this, you can just sort of push back on the top of the helmet, and the helmet goes right back and it reveals your forehead. This helmet is just stuck to you like glue. It's and not in an uncomfortable way. It's very, very comfortable, but all that's moving there is the MIPS system. The MIPS system is designed to move a little bit. The helmet itself and that 360-degree retention system is just clamped on my head, and that sounds like it'd be uncomfortable, but it's not. It's really, you can't even feel it's on really, but it's just so well fitted that this helmet just doesn't move. And one thing that I find when I'm on the trail, when I've got my glasses on, the helmet's not moving around and bashing into glasses. And what I have found with other helmets that move around and slop around a little bit is the helmet sort of bangs around on your glasses, and next time you look at it, your glasses are down here and you've got to push them up. This helmet, those glasses, once I've put them in the position that they need to be in, that's it, they're there, they're not moving. So that's another plus for this helmet. I did mention earlier on about the thin padding on this helmet. Now that does cause this is the one negative of this helmet. So because it's got these big vents, it's not got a lot of room for padding. So what that means is, if you're a big sweater, if you sweat a lot like me, it doesn't absorb that sweat, so the sweat ends up coming down your face and into your eyes, getting on your glasses, and I really dislike that. That's a really annoying thing, because it always happens when you're on the worst technical, gnarliest piece of trail that you're doing, and then sweat drops in your eye and you're basically blind, and so that's my experience anyway of these things. But to get around that, I've got this thing, I found this thing, okay? And the different people make these. This is a Bontrager. I call it a skull cap. So it's just a little, it's just a hat. This one's 50% UV protection. So that's a bonus for me, having no hair. And that's another thing. If you had hair, this might not be a problem, okay? It's just because I've got no hair, the sweat can't be absorbed. So I really rely on that padding to absorb the sweat. And because that padding's not there, I put this fella on and this absorbs the sweat and it's no longer a problem. As I said, this is my personal experience. I love it. I think it's great. I'm not even looking at new helmets. This one here, I will be wearing this one until it breaks or I crash. Yeah, so that's it. I haven't really got anything else to say about it. I think I've said it all. So I hope you've liked it, this review. This is my first review. If you liked it, you can let me know if you want. If you don't bother. If you want to subscribe, that'd be great. Even if you don't subscribe, come back, have a look. I'm planning on doing some more footage, some more reviews, some more trail riding. I'm trying to improve what I do all the time. So some feedback would be great, just so that I've got something to go on, something to, some goals, something to aim for. And if you've got any suggestions, things that you would like to see being reviewed, if I've got it, I can do a review on it. If not, that might be a problem because I'm not really in a position to buy things just to do a review on it. But you know, see how it goes. Okay, see you guys.